searching for a new love, baby. A new love, baby. For a new love, baby. Yes, it's breakfast time. So, I watched the 6th episode of Real Friends of WeHo yesterday. Excuse me. So, I did some audio recording when I was downstairs. Real Friends of
5,000. Hey, lady. Block on lock, the trunk stay locked. Block on cock, the block stay high. Aye.
Break it down. Here we go, my friend.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Wait, I hear you just got paid, make it rain, energy. Ain't this my sun? Ain't this my moon? Ain't this my world to be watching?
Get away from my windshield! Trying to wash my windows with that old dirty water. You know you can see, girl. You should have listened when your mother told you to get an education. I got my education.
Ain't trying to hurt nobody. Trying to bring the life within your body.
I wanted to get my overall thoughts of each person and the series as a whole. I haven't watched Drag Race in years. Since, I want to say Raja, whatever season they were on Jujubee. Fun fact, years ago I auditioned to be on it. Anyway, that's another time. So, anyway, so I heard there were some issues with people who were cutting into Drag Race and the show being pigeonholed and the Todrick Hall backlash and all those different things. So that played a part in the viewership. I do believe the show did not necessarily get a fair shake. I also don't know that 6 episodes was enough to really give a full look at, you know, each character. I think they needed more episodes. I also think the cast needs a shake up. So I don't want to see this show canceled because I like the idea of the show. I just don't know that this group of people cohesively work together as far as making a good show. Some highlights from the 6th episode. I love seeing Patrick Ian Polk. It seems we have a upcoming Noah's Ark film, so I am very excited for that to leak. Again, Patrick, if you have any, I will sign 16 NDAs. I would love just to give me a sneak peek, give me the script. Actually, I don't want to. I want to be surprised. Y'all don't understand. I hate that show never got syndication. It was such a great show. So, real quick, let me just go over these people. So, and we're going off of. All right, Joey Zazie. As I look back over all 6 episodes, I think that he came off disingenuous to me. This whole influencer, this whole vocal fry, the way he speaks, it just did not come off genuine. So I don't know that, is he a victim of circumstance, a victim of his environment, or is he simply trying to play in y'all's face for a plot line or influence? What is an influence? Anyways, okay. Their whole relationship with, I think, Brian, the whole engagement thing. Again, I'm of the school of thought, make your own tradition, what works for you. I will say this, I don't I wouldn't stand for a long engagement. What are you proposing to me for if you don't have an intention of marrying me within the next 12 months at the latest? Moreover, I've already kind of shared my thoughts on marriage and how I would go about marriage. Again, as far as what it would look like, I don't know that the traditional way is for everyone, nor do I know that getting married is a goal for everyone. You can have an equally healthy, fabulous, awesome relationship that doesn't require the government's involvement. If you are going to involve the government in marriage and all that, it should be for business, and it should be to establish some type of wealth and grow, your legacy, your family, not to strengthen a relationship. That's just my opinion. So his voice is somewhat, it just comes off fake. I just refuse to believe that's how he's always spoke. All right, Curtis Hamilton, the eye candy, the I'm gay, new, whatever. Throughout this series, I believe we got the emotional arc from this person. This latest episode, I want to ask y'all, do you believe that they were set up by Dorion Renaud, the butter person? I'm going to say yes. I'm also going to say that it sucks because we are getting edited segments of these moments in time, and we're having to deduce what happened or what was said. And from what was said from Dorion, as you'll hear in my audio, I don't believe that it resulted in such a emotional response from Curtis, which leads me to believe that there's some trauma there, or perception of trauma regarding how his sister feels about his sexual orientation and how he's uncomfortable with her feelings about his life. Because there was nothing to cry about. You invited a group of people to a group function and you stated that so-and-so will be present. So naturally, if I arrive and I'm curious, me asking where is so-and-so, or is that so-and-so, is not me being messy or drama. Now, how he spun it to Curtis is as if Todrick, Brad, and the other person were approaching Dorion with negative intention or in a messy capacity, like, oh girl, did you hear that? That wasn't what it was. And if anything, your brother said a lot. And I'm going to go on a limb and say your brother knows his sister. So she may have said it was cold or why she couldn't come, but he knew the real. And to be honest, I don't take that as a negative. Okay, your sister isn't ready to deal with her brother's sexual orientation as it's a problem for her. Just say you're not comfortable and leave it at that, but I'm not about to lose no sleep over it. My thought is there was some financial motive regarding her career or how she may be looked at, so she had to clean it up. That's just retrofitting that to me, because okay, she has a right, everyone has a right to their feelings. Let me leave with that. I just would encourage people to not give people that kind of power over your peace of mind. He's too old, too long in the tooth to experience. You paying bills, big bills. I'm not going to lose too much sleep over how someone else is feeling about who I am, what I am. Even if you're feeding fucking finance in me, I'm still going to do what I want. So I don't know that Joey. I'm tentative to seeing Joey replaced with someone else. I don't know that he's coming across right on TV. And the lover, I don't know who's in. With guys, someone's got to accept who they. That's the thing about dating. You gotta know who you are, whether you're male or female, whatever your sex is, right? That's sex, not your gender. Your gender is man, woman, trans, whatever. People get that confused. You gotta know what role you play in a relationship. And for some people, they may align with traditional roles and others may not. But whatever that is, just be truthful about it. Hey, I want to be the breadwinner. Hey, I want to be supported. Hey, I want whatever role that looks like for you. It seems like they're butting heads, and because no one's willing to succeed. But I just me personally, what are we getting married for? If you're treating it like a business appointment, he said something along the lines of second quarter, third quarter. Like, this is not a company, even though marriage is business. Again, I have my stances on marriage, but if I was Joey, it seems like the Brian character, the partner, is more in the dominant role of the relationship. Someone's got to succeed, and that's okay. Nothing weak about being submissive. I think there's a negative connotation associated with that, even sexually, which is why you have a lot of hyper-masculine, toxic masculine males attempting to exude their manhood through their lower genitals and chakras because they don't have real manhood. Let me stop going on tangents. Okay, Joey, I wouldn't care if he stayed or go. I'm not really, from what I've seen, he just doesn't come off genuine, and I hate that because he might be, but it just comes off the wrong way on camera. It doesn't seem like he's an authentic person. Curtis, I want to see more of him and see kind of where he goes with this. I don't think he should jump into gay roles. I think he should stay who he is and just act. Given, I don't know the whole background. Again, my thoughts is this wasn't a show opportunity to quote unquote publicly come out with something. I believe it was something more along the lines of a nude is about to leak. He even referenced doing nude. Hey, I'm just playing. I don't know if anything's come out since as far as an X or drama behind it, but it just seems like he was kind of pigeonholed into this quote unquote coming out. So I don't know how authentic that part of his story is, but I don't want to see him in gay roles just because he's so-called gay. No, I don't want to see that. And if he did not have an outside influence that was prompting him to share this on TV this way, then I probably would have just kept it to myself and did a Queen Latifah at some point. If you were in a long-term relationship you wanted to share with the world, maybe you wanted to keep that part of your life private. Maybe it was known in Hollywood you were gay. And again, the apple was the apple, so even if you think you're not out, you're out to someone. So I think from a financial perspective, he probably was better off just letting it come out organically versus making it a big PSA. And I don't know that. I hope we get to a point where children, or anyone for that matter, doesn't feel the need to have a meeting for external validation in regards to their sexual orientation or personality or gender, and they simply allow themselves to exist as they are. You don't owe no one an explanation on who or what or why. I hate that, and I think it's counterintuitive when we continue to have these coming out stories. And when were you out? It just sends the wrong message. And when you think about what it is and what makes you who you are. But Curtis went there. Dorion. If he, I don't like him. His attitude. Was he the villain of the show? Was this on purpose? He just comes off so above what he is, and that's unnecessary to me. I think you can be a little more humble, happy. You're rich, right? You're wealthy. Why are you so angry? Who are you trying to convince, us or you? I just hate that. But okay. Oh, he can go. He gave nothing but mess. I would have loved to see him. Again, where were the scenes of you using your product? Where was? I mean, I know we had the. I always be wary of someone who's constantly trying to name drop, constantly trying to label drop. Like Todrick said, check who you're around. What is the point of that? Again, those who have it don't got to speak on it. I'm just saying. I don't need to convince you of anything. I know what I got. I know who I am. But yeah, Dorion, this character he played on TV, I don't like it. So this is really him. He can go. All right, so that's 1 staying, 2 can go. James Vaughn. Y'all see how they tried to clean it up where he left the scene, but they didn't. They showed it on the preview of the episode, but then they didn't show it during the actual airing of that part of the clip or scene. Stop messaging me. Sorry, excuse me. I'm not sorry, excuse me. I like James. I don't know that he let his guard down enough. James is a great example of someone presenting super I would say manly and having more of an emotional, which is nothing wrong with that. I think more people, we are entitled to our emotions. I don't want to make it a man versus a woman or male versus female thing. Anyways, James can stay. But I want to see more of something that lines the group together. And if he can fit into that, then yes, James can stay. So he's a tentative yes. To recap, Dorion's a no. Curtis is a yes. And Joey's a tentative no. So tentative no, yes, no, tentative yes. I just want to find, production needs to find some more cohesion between the friends. Brad, I really love Brad just from a professional perspective. I love Brad did not have to pontificate. He did not have to protest. He knew, at least from what we've seen from the edited clips, the production really gave him a solid. He came across honest, respectful, blunt, secure, and I can respect that. And I love that he just kept it, to me, was the most sane person out of the cast as far as explaining himself, how he said things. And I don't think he necessarily came at James wrong. Again, I just think they just needed a moment for drama. But I like Brad. Brad is a definite yes. I would love to see him interact with more of his real clients. Something tells me this was a plot between production to get Brad and Joe or Dorion. That's why he didn't show up, but I'm pretty sure he would have showed up to an actual A-list client. Oh, back to Dorion. You know, the whole CEO thing, the whole how you have on that same shirt at both big events for the engagement party and Curtis's birthday party. How far apart was the filming for that? The whole I'm a CEO, I've got security. You had a $50 jacked Craigslist hookup posing, masquerading as someone's security, and you want me to believe that you're a CEO. No one with real money, real success, they don't carry on this way. You're making a fool of yourself. Okay. And then finally, Todrick. Todrick is a yes. I think Todrick brings the tenacity as far as just the creative gag, if that makes any sense. And I didn't follow Todrick's story regarding the controversy surrounding his home, but I did watch the YouTube video, I believe it was on, where he was very excited about having purchased his dream home. I'm working on doing this more because in speaking, at least with film and trying to capture something, I don't know, I have to do this a little more to be more congruent, because like in regular conversation that isn't being captured to be shared with other people, you do talk, or as far as converse differently versus offline where you're not in a moment of being captured or recorded. Especially think of a work production meeting or something, or a meeting of colleagues, or you're giving a presentation or you're presenting a topic. I think you speak a lot more differently when you know your subject matter, and when you, especially if you have the opportunity to write a speech. I mean, you can perfect everything, the pauses, everything. So this is a little different. I'm trying to minimize my delays and all that other stuff. So I hate when I say stuff like that. So I'm really consciously trying to eradicate those words from my speech when I'm trying to film. But anyways, I didn't follow Todrick's journey to get the explanation of the background and non payment, etc., etc. Allegedly, he showed a deed saying he does own the house, mortgage. I don't know, really don't care. But the only thing I would say with that is handle your business. And again, you bought your dream home. Who cares? Not that who cares, but you didn't need to share that. It's almost like you're gloating. Not gloating, but, well, yeah, gloating. And you knew your business was not in order. You don't mistakenly have, what was it, $60,000? Whatever it was, landlords, owners, banks, they're not going to it wouldn't have become public fodder if there wasn't some truth to the matter. So I don't know how he resolved the issue. I'm happy I believe still has his property, which is great. You never want to see someone homeless. I want him to be successful. I remember him from YouTube days, and I didn't necessarily follow his career too much, but it is nice to see that he's living his truth, his dream, and you have to respect it. What I liked about him from what I saw and what has kind of told me more about him, because I don't know much of his recent stuff. I mean, I was first introduced to him through YouTube, where he was randomly going through gas stations and places singing to people. I forget what it was. I didn't watch American Idol. I don't know what he's done with Drag Race. I don't know what he's done with his career. But he said that when confronted about the whole Dorion thing, he said it and didn't mince his words, and I guess I respect that. So Todrick comes off where his issue may have been he got a little ahead of himself, trying to be something more than what he is, versus being comfortable with where he is, trying to present this superstar lifestyle. And it's okay if you're not there yet. You can still feel great about yourself. Just be authentic and honest about it. That way you don't have to worry about, like, that story of us finding that out. People are going to go digging, and I don't know that had you not shared the video, that people may not have been looking through the clerk courts to share it. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I think people, I don't know. Even we all do this. Wherever you're at socioeconomically, you find yourself, I don't want to say ungrateful, but you find yourself not realizing how good you really have it. You may think you don't have enough, or you may think that you want more, you deserve more, but when you look at someone else's situation, you're doing quite fine. So I would love to see Todrick again. So far my 3 yeses are Brad, Curtis, and Todrick. I think they can fit into a blended friend group and help make TV work. So the other 3, I've already told you I'm my tentative whys for those, and hopefully we see something different in season 2. I do think they need a new season. I don't know if this was enough. I don't want to see the show go off. And as far as support, if we don't support quote unquote gay culture, or whatever you want to say, then how are we going to expect to be respected? How do you expect them to respect you? I would like to see a season 2, and hopefully they get the opportunity to share themselves with the world. Nonstop. Any woman, little do they know, a large portion, i.e. the majority, i.e. it sucks because you're publicly eliminating any doubt, right? But the reality is, and I don't know why women don't recognize this, most of these guys, especially celebrity, once you get to that certain level, I mean, I'm more inclined to believe there are more non-hetero and insert whatever they might be, bisexual, pansexual, a downright freak and just do it all with any because they on drugs or whatever, than someone saying that they are gay, right? So I'm being nice when I say 60-70%, but really, a lot of them are masquerading and presenting to you this heteronormative vibe because that's what they want you to believe. But lo and behold, it's cis. I don't know that if I was a particular age and I had gone this long, then no, I probably wouldn't necessarily quote unquote come out or make it a spectacle. I would just exist. This is me present day. Knowing that the industry is homophobic, which is odd because so many people in the industry are, it's so stupid. Luther Vandross is a great example of someone who just had raw, even Whitney Houston, allegedly was lesbian, like all this natural talent, but they presented and sang. So it must be a hell to live in that. I don't know. I don't know that we would look at the art the same if we knew that they were with, I don't know. That's something that people would have to answer for themselves. As far as his position, I don't know that I would risk my income because people are judgmental and ignorant. If it wasn't something already a part of my existence and was already known, then I wouldn't. I don't know that I'm going to highlight it. And, if anything, if I'm dating someone, then that's how I would naturally let it reveal itself versus me trying to highlight it. If it wasn't something that was already known as I entered into the field. And the reality is, it shouldn't matter what my personal sexual life is because I'm doing a role. So, and again, most creative people are different, i.e., not hetero. I mean, not to say that there are not creative hetero people, but a lot of people who are just brilliant are typically not that. I mean, let's just go look at it. They've got range, they've got personality. You're not going to get that as someone trying to be macho or trying to fake the funk and read as this flat person that has no emotion. So, I don't know. You don't want to get typecast and you don't want to be restricted from opportunities, but unfortunately, there's a subconscious confirmation bias. And even if you factor in you not quote unquote coming out, you're male, you're black, you're this, you're that, they might think you were gay or you denied their friend. Like, it's so messy. I can only imagine the level of no's and the level of petty that goes on getting these jobs as an actor. So because it's so risky, if I'm not in a relationship where I'm allowed to, when you hit, you hit. When you don't, you don't. I want to secure my finance. For me, on this existence we call Earth, I want to make sure I got a place to stay and food. Those are my main priorities. So I wouldn't want to jeopardize that. As long as I don't jeopardize that, I'm fine with sharing and doing whatever. However, but with this industry being what it is, you've got to be strategic because people will make that all the rave. And the reality is, even though you're being transparent or feel like you're releasing something, it's really independent of this. It's almost detrimental because it's saying that, oh, if you're gay, you've got to announce it, you've got to speak on it, you've got to make it a big thing, when we don't spend the same type of time and energy on heterosexual people and their relationships and their experience and their quote unquote journey of being straight. So why do we have to make gay such a thing? Who cares? So that is the perfect world answer. But I don't know. I just don't know that. That's why I said, what was the motive behind this? Was something about to leak? Was someone's, because it doesn't serve your personal interest to make this the big spectacle. So I don't know. Something must have been glooming. So it's like, let me get in front of this before someone else tries to quote unquote expose me. But just like with Luther, and was it Patti LaBelle that said that people back then already knew, they just didn't want, it wasn't quote unquote public. I would imagine it's the same for this. Like, you can only be quote unquote DL or discreet for so long before people find out or put two and two together. So I don't know what you're really hiding. And again, I don't watch enough media to call off names, but I can't say with the media that I've consumed that, oh, this person's gay. I know he's a gay man. I know he's got a husband or a boyfriend or whatever, and he's getting quote unquote lead male roles. I don't know that. I've seen a few small gay films, but I've never seen a quote unquote straight actor who's widely known, who's popular, who's up there, and he's played straight. So I don't know. I think that's what he could have. He's in this industry, so he should have done some research. Not people he may know that are gay, but who does the public know is a gay man and still getting quote unquote straight roles? I can't name one that is, and if they are, they're not up there. So as long as you've secured your well-being, then, go for it. But had I not, I'm not jeopardizing that because of how ignorant the world is and small-minded people are. I'm just going to lay low because this is the path I chose, and because I did not come into the game with this being known, I don't know that saying something now helps me. It hurts me more than anything. So I'm just going to keep my personal business personal until the time is right. But that's just me without having all the information available. But I don't know any gay male quote unquote superstars that, I mean, people, it's simple logic. You put 100 rappers in, you think they all straight? No. Like, come on. It's really simple. So keep the fairy tale alive, I guess. Perhaps Joey needs some more trauma therapy through seeing his therapist. I hate that he was triggered. And I don't know that recognizing the emotion is enough to say you're triggered by it, but reacting to it the same way, you want to make sure you're making progress. So I don't know. I just don't want to give anyone that kind of power over my person. So I'm going to let you know right then and there if I got a problem. We all have a past. We all have something that can trigger us. It's all in how we articulate ourselves and process those feelings. There's nothing wrong with saying you're triggered and, but to give them that power, it's like they keep winning over you, and this person from your past still has a hold on you. Fuck them. Listen, you fuck with me, you do something wrong with me, I'm gonna get your ass. If I got whatever that means so that I'm back to me, then that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. So you fill in the blanks. What the fuck? Marriage shouldn't stress you out. If someone proposes to you, I will hope that they're in a position to. It's just gotta make business sense. You can still love someone and put them in position and have a healthy relationship. Marriage should be fun. If I get married, I want to have a big ass party and go on down to the Justice of the Peace and lay out whatever needs to be laid out as far as business decisions, and do that during the day. And then later that evening, invite our friends and family and just have a big ass fucking party. Wear what you want, have fun. Like I would say create your own tradition, but just to be a slave to weddings and all that, like, no. My phone's ringing. I don't feel like going upstairs to get it. My other phone's ringing. But anyways, I'm trying to stack my money. So if you marry me, we're gonna have to do something that makes sense. But this wasting thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for an event, no. I'd rather we keep that in our house, and again, we can get a big ass ballroom or wherever and have a big ass party, catered food. I rather that's an event. That's something memorable. People dancing and having fun. But the whole idea of a wedding ceremony, I don't really care about that. I'll make my own tradition. What do we want to do to commemorate our love? That's all. Him. Aw, bitch. Not you about to sit down and have biscuits and tea with motherfucking Patrick. Listen, Mr. Polk. I ain't forgave your ass for fucking whoever fucked up Noah's Ark. That shit should have been a fucking syndicated show. That had at least 6. I mean, the content was everlasting. Oh my god, that is so annoying. I mean, the movie was fine afterwards. Both were good, but damn, that show should have been bigger than what it was. I hate that they ruined that shit. Like I'm saying, I'm pretty sure the gays in LA run together. Like, Jesse, all them. Like, so what was you coming out for? I would have said, I would just let it reveal itself. I don't know that you have a relationship or, Patrick. So that means Jesse. All the other girls. Like, what was the point of? I just would have kept my shit to myself until I don't know that you posted in the past relationships, but shit, who gives a fuck? Now he about to sit down with Patrick. Where the fuck is Noah's Ark? You owe us we about, how many seasons was that? I forgot how many seasons that they filmed and then went to the movie, but that show was so good. The music was good. The casting could not have been any more perfect. Everyone's like organically fit their role. Like, man, that was such a good ass series. Was Curtis on Noah's Ark? I don't remember him being on there. I don't think he was on there. Noah's Ark was that shit. And it wasn't even about so-called necessarily queer. It was just good TV. I miss Noah's Ark. Damn. Let me go. I'm having memories. Hold the fuck up. Have our prayers been answered? Did he just say a Noah's Ark movie coming out? Patrick, if you play it in my face, I'ma fucking fly to LA. Ooh, I need a trailer, bitch. We need a plot leak. We need something to hold us over. Y'all don't understand. Noah's Ark it's so many nostalgic feelings. Just, man, that show. I mean, the movies, again, are great, but fucking, somebody need to give him a budget. If I had the loud, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to bring back all the shows I want to see again. We need a series. It's so much content. Like, you could keep that show. That shit should have been syndicated. That's the I want to see Darren again. Wade, what's the motherfucker? Jensen. Just Alex. I forget his name. He is so fucking funny. That was his character. I forget his real name, but just legendary. This is a cult classic. Okay, I'm happy for this. When is she said next June? I gotta play this part back again. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Noah's Ark, whatever coming out, the series, movies, whatever. I'm ready to see that. I don't think hers was on P Valley. I don't think it's gonna be bad. I don't know if I want to see Curtis in a gay role yet. I feel like it would be too taboo. Like, just I don't know. it'll be kind of cliche. I feel like if to put him in a gay role and he's making this big, I don't know, just uh, I don't know, just it depends on the role. It's gotta make sense. But please, Ian, I will sign an NDA. Please send me something to hold me over. My mouth is salivating. Oh my god, y'all understand? I love Noah's Ark. Such a beautiful show. Like a beautiful show. Even it wasn't even about the gay stuff. It was just the stories, the emotions, the man. I miss that show. Mm, Just a talented show. I don't know what happened, but someone should have made that keep going. That Underground was good, great TV. Like y'all cancel all the good shit. Patrick, I want to know what's your thoughts on Jesse. Was he or was he not attacked in Chicago? That's your ex-husband. Give us. I was about to say something real messy. You know, Patrick know everybody's tea. You know, he know all the girls' tea. If he ever wrote a book, I'm sure it will be a bestseller. Patrick's got some beautiful eyes. He's keeping himself together. Listen, Patrick is a brilliant writer and producer, whatever he's doing, or however he did it. I mean, again, Noah's Ark is a classic, like great TV. The movie was good as well too. I just hate that it ended. That's what the most devastating part about that series and franchise itself is that it ended. I'm pretty sure he had a lot to do with the whole gay essence and energy of P Valley, which is amazing. Oh my god, y'all! I'm over her. So what did he say? He say next year or January. I don't know. I cannot. Oh my god, I can. I love that franchise. Whew. What did he just say? I'm trying to think what he just said. Something. Oh, yeah, Jensen Atwood. I mean, I don't know what Jensen did before Noah's Ark, but he was so believable. Like, it's like you want him to, like, you were rooting for him and Noah to, like, really make it work. Like, that's how good the acting was. Like, and it just felt so raw, so organic. You don't want to be, it sucks because you don't want to be too good or quote unquote too believable because then now you can only quote unquote do gay culture, gay movies. And when you think about it, as many gay people as there are, it really shouldn't matter, right? Because they should have the similar, oh, excuse me, oh my God, I'm so ghetto. I just had a salad, excuse me. They should have the same type of success, right? I mean, there's millions and billions, I mean, it shouldn't matter, but of course the media. See, if I was gay, be in with the crowd as far as the clubs and the quote unquote culture movers, because I would probably go indie. I mean, yeah, you can get on network TV, but a lot of times you're going with advertisers, you got to tone stuff down, and you can't really give that raw, authentic sell. So, where is the network that's going to take a chance on a true gay experience? But you need someone like Patrick, someone with experience to really make it like an Insecure, make it like a P Valley, make it like a Noah's Ark, make it something that, yeah, it's gay content, but it's produced very well. It's not just cliche, it's not tacky. Like I've seen some low budget stuff and it's like, yeah, I see what y'all were going, but it's missing that professional, it's missing that touch. And I think someone like Patrick could. So I don't know why they have not backed the trucks up to him and really produced some fantastic art centered around gay culture. I wonder, was he involved with, I want to say I've seen his name flash a few times when I was watching, oh my God, what's it called? Pose. Yeah, Pose was probably the second best thing to Noah's Ark as far as just production and the level, but he had gay people producing it, telling their story with the je ne sais quoi of a network production. So I think those two go hand in hand. I'm interested to see what they can do with this. But I don't know that we want to see Curtis in a gay role. I don't know. It just seems weird. Just act, nigga. I want to say N-word. Not some nudity. Okay, Curtis, so if you're looking to be nude, why don't you just post the news so we can get a sneak peek? I'm just playing. Patrick, when he was like, when he was basically saying he raped your team, when you asked him, do you know my sex? Yes, people knew about your sexuality. That's what I think is also the irony behind people who are hiding in plain sight. It's like if people are around you, an apple know an apple. So I know Patrick was like, girl, I knew you was one of us. Disclaimer, with TV, especially with it's being actor, it's hard to decipher what is organic, what is authentic. So you have to go with interpretation, context clues, and how it makes you feel as the audience, and remembering the fact that these scenes are cut and edited and reduced down in time and et cetera, et cetera. He's a trained actor. Boom. So that's my disclaimer. If this is organic and not drummed up for, emotion and rating, what did you think was going to happen? If you share something that personal with a group of people, within a group of people, it's not, why wouldn't they have a conversation or a response to something that was discussed in a group setting? It wasn't as if you called Todrick or Brad one-on-one and shared some private personal details that they then took to the group. You invited the group to your birthday party under the pretenses that you were bringing your brother and sister. So when they arrived, of course, it's where are they at? And then you shared that they weren't there. So, and we don't know. I think I'm trying to remember the fifth episode. I didn't review that one all the way, but it's context clues. It's putting two and two together. It's the conversation we've heard you have with her outside of the group. So it's easy to deduce that there was something there. The brother saying you should have been here, her on camera saying that she doesn't feel well. Quite frankly, his tears and his emotional pull says that it's true. Whether she said it and with her chest, your response, your subconscious is telling us, at least me, the audience, that you do believe that it is true. Because otherwise, why would you be emotionally upset that they said that your sister wasn't coming as a result of whatever they believed? And again, as I said in my initial video, if they work in education, I'm perplexed because you are going to see a wide variety of people, and to have such strong beliefs, I don't think that's responsible or fair to people. I hate when people take on jobs and they've got strong personal beliefs about some certain things. It's a conflict of interest. How can you expect someone to be impartial when they are racist, when they're homophobic, when they're sexist, all these different things? So whether your sister said it or not, it's not hard to deduce that is a plausible explanation why she just wasn't ready for that. It just goes back to my initial point of who someone chooses to love is just that. I'm sick of these kitty gloves, the coddling, the whole, I've got to cater to and treat bisexual people a particular way, gay people a particular way. No, you're coming to your brother's birthday party. Is he single? Is he in a relationship? And even then, are you happy? Are you, as long as you're happy, I'm happy for you. What the fuck? It's your problem. I won't ever advocate for anyone. I tutor. You live for you. Do for you. And the right people who are supposed to be in your life, friends, family, foe, will be there. I'm not about to sit up here and give you that. I don't care how close we are. I don't care how much I love. None of that matters. Because the love I have for you, the respect I have for you, I've got to put that for myself. And to sit here and become emotional because someone said or made an inference that you were not there, likely in part because of you were just not comfortable. Whether they said she wasn't comfortable, whether she, I don't recall her saying the WeHo thing. He could have been adding something to it, but at the end of the day, the net result is the same. She ain't come because she ain't want to come, and that's fine. I'd rather you be straight up with me, no pun intended, and just say I ain't coming because I'm not ready to be around all that. But and then even then, keep your butts and keep your. At least I have, because at the end of the day, you just negated everything you just said. So. I really will. I don't know why gay people feel like they owe something to friends and family. You don't owe them a damn thing. The same way your uncle brings his girlfriend, or you are in a healthy relationship and you bring the person you're dating, that's it. What difference does it make? I'm not about to sit down and have a all hands on deck meeting about my sexuality. Did she sit you down when she's decided to suck her husband's dick and got 3 kids now? When she was popping that pussy on his dick, did she call you and say, "Hey brother, I'm straight. I'm really liking this guy and I'm gonna sit down and give him this pussy"? No. She was sucking and fucking just the same, all the same. And another thing with these so-called religious people and the zealots and the dysfunction that is religion, when you look at their own, for instance, they want to talk about perpetuity. Okay, well, that bastard child that you had, they're in perpetuity as well. So I just mind your business. If you really love, and that's it. She didn't announce who she's dealing with and all this. So why do you feel like you have to do the same for them? No, you're a grown ass man paying that high ass rent, mortgage, whatever, in fucking LA, traveling, working, living your life. You can come along on the ride, or you can sit at home. But I'm about to sit up here and become emotional because my sister feels some type of way. That's her fucking problem. I'm in love. I'm dating. I'm traveling. I'm happy. What the fuck I look like sitting here having this? I just, that's weird to me. I don't want that kind of support. I don't want that kind of relationship with anybody if it's predicated on them having to get over. Listen, you go talk to your therapist, but if you're gonna be around me, be genuine. If not, bitch, stay the fuck gone. Stay the fuck away from me. I'd rather you say you're not comfortable and you'd rather not come versus coming there acting all stank face or you could just listen. Anybody got time for that? So if this is organic and this is not just something for the season or the show, your tears telling you that it's true. We've not been privy to every private conversation you had, or maybe you grew up and there was some negative language towards non-hetero things, and so you're dealing with that. So I don't know, sis. Did she call you? She got. Listen, we can be cool or not. You choose. Okay, I don't. But my sex life, my relationship is not. My orientation is not up for public approval or sanction from the family. I'm still the same person. I don't understand why I need to kitty glove this or explain this to you. I hate that for him. I really hope this is. I hope this is old and he's really reevaluated. Like, wait the fucking minute. Like, I'm alive. I'm breathing. I exist. This is who I am. This is what I love. Either you get with it or you don't. And if you don't, that's fine. I'm not about to lose no sleep over you. Just not. I don't have any I don't want a relationship like that. Familial, romantic, platonic, to the point where she ain't crying with her girlfriends. She's listen. And I grew up in the church and religion, and I just after you reach a certain level of independence and just critical thinking, I don't know how people can still swear by that. I know there is a God, I know there's a higher power, I know that there's something out there greater than what I can comprehend. When I look at our present world, the history, the books, the lies, the deception, the war, I don't know that the Bible is what it is. So I just leave it alone. But that doesn't govern my life. I don't need a God. I don't need the Bible to inherently know right from wrong. Some stuff just feels right and feels wrong, and you know you're doing something wrong. And if you feel that way about something, then you need to address that. But I feel wrong if I steal a piece of paper that ain't mine, or if I was to harm someone, or you have a. I tell people this story all the time. I was a child. We was with some neighborhood friends on bikes, and we went to the grocery store nearby, the big supermarket, big ass grocery store, and we were going to get. I don't know how the details are leaving me, but long story short, we were in the toy aisle, and they were all stealing something or getting a toy. Didn't have the money to pay for it. It was like something stupid. I think it was I think I took that was probably my first and only peer pressured moment where I did something that I did not want to do. And I was, how old was I? I wasn't a teenager quite yet. I was old enough to ride a bike on my own. I would say, I know it was probably right at 5th, 6th grade, somewhere between 4th and 6th grade, whatever age that was. Anyways, I was so pressured and I took a Magic 8-ball keychain or whatever. And once we got out of the store safely, we didn't get caught. When we left, I felt so bad that I buried the keychain in our yard and never played with it again. And I just felt so terrible. I felt horrible. And then there was another time I stole some Pokemon cards from the store. And even then, if I recall, I don't know that I feel a sense of, I didn't feel bad in that moment. Looking back, even though I know as an adult now that it's still wrong. That one is a little very, very personal, so I'm not gonna go into many details on that one. But the point is, you know when something's right or wrong. So I feel like he is feeling some type of way because his sister has said that, or that's how he's felt. It ain't what you said. And people hear what you say, not what you meant. And he needs to ask himself why he's giving her this kind of power over him. You a grown. Listen, if you need any reminder, look at your bills. Look at your grocery bill. Shit, you think you got some money on this motherfucking? And even then, okay, thanks, but I'm still gay. Like, what? It's not gonna change. It's not going anywhere. So I'm not gonna. And as precious as life is, I'm not going to waste a moment on your shit. I got my own shit to deal with, bitch. Like, we can be great, or we can just be family. Again, so now I'm leaning more towards this production playing in his face to drum up a emotional response from Curtis, because how was Dorian a third party when he was invited to the same group setting? So had he arrived with Todrick, with Brad, or whoever else, would he not have deduced the same things in conversation when you basically hinted around her not coming or not being comfortable. And I watched the 5th episode, but I don't recall it piece by piece. But if I recall, there was a moment where Curtis said something, Brad responded, and it kind of alluded to the whole she's just not comfortable yet. And that's fine. Why is that a big deal? Why is that more than what it needs to be? I'm gay. I waited till I was 99 to tell everybody. She's feeling the Bible and whoa, Jesus, hallelujah. So, you think she's gonna be the first and last? Again, let your presence be a gift. If someone doesn't respect you, you shouldn't want them around you any goddamn ways. So this is Dorian trying to remove himself from the drama. Like, you can speak on your own hat, but it's still messy either way you build it because of how it's being repeated back to Curtis. But the reality is, of course, they were going to discuss it. What did you think was going to happen? If we are a group of 6 friends and we are all under the intention that 6 people are coming to an event and 2 people, one person doesn't come to that event, and they told one person out of that group why they weren't coming to that event, and the 5 of us discussed it and then responded however we responded to what it was said or not said, or the conscious clues or the unstated and the subconscious, and then that person or one of the 5 then met with the other one and didn't come and say, yeah, when we said you wasn't coming, we da 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 da. That's human nature. That's not gossip. Like, girl, so I was sneaking in the club, right? And then I heard him talk. That's messy. But what were they going to talk about? So of course you may not have been privy to that, but the fact that you became crying leads me to suggest that there is some truth to her uncomfortness, because if it was just sincere, I just couldn't make it, it wouldn't have gotten you emotional, because what are you crying for? Unless you feel that she feels this way. And I would, I'm not your therapist, but you should, meet with someone and say, hey, why am I giving her this emotional power over my life in this capacity? What am I afraid of? What am I afraid to lose here? And the gifted answer to that is, what am I afraid to lose that I haven't already lost? Say it twice. How do y'all think Dorian? I feel as though we're getting a caricature of Dorian and not the authentic Dorian. He says he's not fake, but then proceeds to say he's been fake. Well, that means you are fake. Like, come on. Is it the socially awkwardness? Is it the illusions of grandeur? Now, granted, I don't know butter. I don't know. I've never looked at the product. I have my own skincare regimen, and I am an advocate for trying different products. So, independent of this show, get your bag. I'm always going to uplift people like that. I don't give a fuck. He might have a shitty personality or come off wrong on TV, but business wise, I love it. I love to see people living their dream or having that type of success. So shout out to you, regardless of how it's coming off here. Now, personally, you just get more bees with honey. Who is the peasant? Because you were just a peasant. Why are they peasants? And you can talk shit in your interviews and green screens, but the reality is, in those moments, you were fake. That's where you were fake at, not necessarily interview you talking shit, but why? So that's something inherently with you. I remember I was a kid, and one of my parents told me, you can say anything to anyone. It's just how you say it. Basically saying, you gotta always cuss someone out as a child to an adult or whatever, but you can still speak your mind. So if you don't really see it for the girls, just say that. You'll give them respect that way. But this is coming off like you some. And to be clear, you could be a zillionaire. That is very off-putting, and it doesn't. My question is why? Who are you trying to convince? You're protesting way too much. If your brand is as successful as you say it is, it'll speak for itself. It'll sell itself. Where's the happy-go-lucky, the stress of running a company? That's fine, but this, I'm a CEO. I've got security. And then you got some strangly $50 jacked hookup that you got off the damn computer real quick to say, hey, come play and pretend to be my security. Todrick hitting on you. And that could have been production trying to get you to speak on it. Where's Candy? Wait, speak on it. Listen, this is funny to me. Basically, Dorion, I think he did an interview basically saying how he was sold the show was going to be something different, and then it became something totally different after the shit was shot or as the production was greenlit. I don't know. I guess in my mind, if whether there's a contingency in your contract where you've got to film and show up or pay a penalty, or you are under the impression that I want to still do TV and media, so I've got to be pleasant and good to work with. So if that is your long-term goal, now if you're saying fuck TV, then Dorion quit. You got the bag, you got all this money, and I ain't want to say, if I'm not mistaken, you had the same shirt on at both parties, at both big events. So what are we supposed to get from that? You knew you was being filmed, and that's the only shirt you could find. The same shirt you wore at the engagement party is the same shirt you wore to, but you some big time. My tax bracket, and no one with real money talks like that. No one with who has things like. Who are you trying to prove something to here? That just makes no sense. So, if your goal is to still work in media and keep these relationships and have this exposure, then if you're going to show up to work, then you might as well fucking work and film. If you got so much money, then quit. Quit. Or be a complete bore on TV and get them not to use you. Since they played you, play them. And we all work out of necessity, whether you're doing something big or small. So whatever they paid you, you needed it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have done it. Now, granted, maybe use it to market your company. But if I was in the market for new skincare products, your attitude and the way you come off is very off-putting. And I'm a big ingredients list person, so matter of fact, I just bought something new, and I need to go list out my ingredients on it and rate it as far as the scales of things. But I don't eat certain things, and I don't put certain things on my skin. So you may have a product, but like Yandy's skincare line, she has a lot of ingredients that I would never put on my face. So I don't use her, so I don't know what Butter's doing. But again, it's awesome to see people have success like that in Macy's and online and Ulta. So his attitude aside, I mean, I wouldn't buy the product because of how he's come off on TV. But I am happy outside of the show that he has a company. That is so cool. And it's great. I love to see stuff like that. We need more examples of this. So, other than that, we're going to see what they give her for his last 20 minutes. Y'all, this cookie is so good. Curtis has really nice hands, like fingers. I've been noticing the weirdest shit. And then, Dorian, I just really wish he would have leveraged this opportunity a little differently. Swallowed his pride. Been that happy-go-lucky, pleasant. If you're going to be fake on this bullshit with some petty drama, at least be fake to sell your brand. Shit. I would have, man. And this is like a big ass commercial for you. And you know, Bravo, I heard that they because Bethany made so much money off her skinny tea that they get a percentage of products you launch. So I think butter was pre-existing, so I don't know if you have to share anything from this show with them, but shit, this is a big ass commercial. I would have been rubbing butter on my skin, butter shirts, butter. Every moment would have been butter. Okay, I would have been silk, honey. Butter, smooth. Because why not? I need to get this is a big ass ad. And you just fumble the bag because they're going to be thinking about your personality. Like, do I really want to buy this shit? This is some angry butter. This is some margarine. This ain't butter, this is margarine. This is margarine. It's that fattening, grease, artery clogging margarine. This ain't no damn butter. See, I'm glad they showed that flashback. Yeah, that's the scene I remember. So, your brother did speak. That's what I'm saying. Own it, Curtis. Your issue, Curtis, is why am I giving my sister this authority and power over my life? Is she financing you? I mean, even she's your older sister, and she, you know, maybe she's helped you, but that shouldn't come with the condition of I gotta be straight or what. Listen, I knew it was something missing. Yeah, the brother basically gave them that. I said, I was one of them, and one of the brothers or Curtis said something. Yeah, your brother said what he said. Now, one thing about Brad is you may not. I get that she's gonna tell it like it is. So they were again. It's a group setting. You invited us to our party. Where you say, I'm bringing my brother and my sister. So when we get, and then what was the first thing that Dorian said? Is that his sister? So y'all been friends for 10 years and he's never seen what your sister looks like? You mean associates? See, that's why I don't like when people say they're friends. It's giving associate energy. That's a pretty long time to not know. Or okay, whatever. Fine. Dorian came out his mouth saying, is that his sister? Where's his sister? And they responded, oh no, she didn't come because, and whether he said why, I mean, that's just natural conversation. She got a flat tire. She stubbed her big toe. She had a lace front glue reaction. Like, you know, that's not being messy. And if I'm going a little further, maybe it's more retrofitting how this may look because I work in the public, or I'm a teacher, or I work in education, or I work in a place where I'm supposed to have an evolved mind when it comes to this type of thing. And I let it out publicly. So now how can people feel comfortable sending their child to me or wherever else? So this is what I'm thinking. This is coming from now that I'm talking out loud. that, let me do some damage control, preemptive strike, because I don't want people to think I'm homophobic. So for the brother to give kitchen table talk and say her coming would condone it, I don't know why people fight for dead relationships or give people power over their happiness. You're not going to get it from me. And I like Brad was like, yeah, I said it. And this is why I said it. This is not an issue. And Curtis, you owe them an apology because your brother did say it. And that's what we saw edited. Who knows what was really said and what depths it was said. But when they were telling Dorian, it wasn't like they, Dorian. Guess what, girl? So Curtis, and that was not even how it was delivered. It was, we were expecting to see her. He asked, is this mysterious girl her? They said no and proceeded to say why she's not there. That's a normal conversation. So I'm starting to think this part of this drama is being produced to give us the scene, because what else? Why would that be foreign news to them? And to be fair, the brother did say, I think, and the procedure to say her being here condoning a battle, blah, 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 blah. So again, this is his sibling. She may not have been direct with him. And I'm pretty sure between herself and her friend's family, the other sibling, the parents, they had a more blunt conversation about the whole topic versus how they were when they were speaking directly with Curtis. Curtis, you don't owe them anything. They're your family. Yes, love. Yes, blah, 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 blah. Did they consult you when they were doing what they've been doing with the people they love? No. So why do you, I don't owe you that. So perhaps the brother should not have spoken on that, but again, he inferred what she was afraid to just come out and say. Hey, I love you. I'm uncomfortable for whatever reason. I don't know why you would be uncomfortable. The fact that we have to have this conversation of people not being comfortable, people being gay, that's crazy to me. Yeah, see, Curtis, they played you. Dorian is really being messy, and honestly, you should ask yourself, what kind of person would do that? I'm grown as the fuck, and if for Dorian and to be is Curtis, I'm gonna need you. They played you. They played you, and by they I mean production and Dorian. They said, Dorian, I'm gonna need you to give us a scene because you ain't been really showing up to the show. So I'm gonna need you to go plant this bug in Curtis's ear. When you should have been able to deduce that, okay, they wanted to get a reaction out of you. And Brad, being so far from what I've seen, he's been as bold as they can be as far as transparency, telling shit like it is, and they add nothing to it, they take nothing from it. So Dorian was being messy. And I could see someone saying, to make light of a situation or to make it more of a funny, like, girl, his sister don't want to be seen in West Hollywood with us, girl, like something to make people laugh and kind of take off the seriousness of it. I could see that being said. We didn't hear them say verbatim, she don't want to be seen in West Hollywood with us, so I don't know, but she did the whole brothers thing. Listen, Brad ain't got to lie. These white people ain't got to lie on you, Curtis. If I was him, I'd be pissed because he fell for the goose. And Dorian ain't your friend. Clearly he ain't your friend because he pretty much set you up to take the fall and have an emotional reaction to get you riled up. And they were going to hit you with the facts in the tea when you brought it to him, as they're doing. And as Todrick said, I was flirting with him. He wants some of that butter. But you being Mr. CEO, CEOs make decisions. CEOs are confident. Hey, Todrick, you cool? I'm not into that, or into you, or whatever you want to say. But you being messy, you dish it behind their backs in the green screens to Curtis. That's being messy. It's different if you told Todrick, hey, quit flirting with me, or whatever. No, you wait till you're alone, or that's fake. He said he wasn't fake, but he's being fake. The irony. Again, I don't know, because obviously we're seeing an edited version of these experiences, moments being captured. But if I'm Curtis, I'm going to wedge my bets on a Brad, even Todrick, before I hedge on Dorion Renaud, the Queen CEO of Butter. So was he paying you? Was he financing you? Was you his secret life? Like, what is the connection here? Because it's given there's some type of monetary benefit or romantic. Why are you caping for this dude? And Brad, like, bitch, I have real money. I'm up and out. I've got to fit Demi in the morning. Like, that's the energy Brad gave me. Like, boo boo, I don't gotta be fake with you. I have a real husband. Look, this is looking bad. This was bad, man. Oh, this is bad. He fell for it. And they must have edited it some kind of way, because the brief statement that Dorion gave to Curtis wasn't as messy as his reaction was. So what did they cut out to make it seem as though for him to come at them this way? Them simply inferring or deducing, even if it wasn't told them like I knew it was, who cares? That's not a reason to be upset and come try to call yourself checking them. Yeah, I don't know. You know what? Let me, while I'm on this damn recording. Butter skin. Let me just see butter skin. Okay, so he got a LinkedIn child. Oh, Clark Allen. I think she was on College Hill. That's where that kind of came about. Okay. What I'm looking for is to see, now it does have presence here. 118,000 followers. Macy's, Nordstrom, Ulta. That's awesome. Founded by a black man. That might work. Honestly, I would just move away from. Again, let it speak for itself. I don't want to. He's got in all caps on his Instagram, black man, like. And let's be real. He went to Clark Atlanta. He's not a scientist. Granted, he may be the brand or the business venture behind it, but the creators are the people who mix together these ingredients, and the scientists who knew how to market this. Not you. You wasn't in somebody's chemistry lab mixing this shit up. And see, $80, $50 for a kid. I need to look and see. To me, it's just taken away from his fame, or what could be when you make it so. I don't know. I don't like his attitude. I want to read one of the ingredients off one of the products and see. Everything is so. lip balm, $20. He got an exfoliating scrub. See, I mean, I don't know if it's for me. Let me look and see what he got on here. I'm trying to see the ingredients. I want to see what's in here. Website looks pretty. I'm on my mobile phone. Doesn't look bad at all. Again, from a business perspective, I'm always gonna support black businesses. Get your bread. That's Omarion's brother. He had his big ass dick swinging on the Instagram. Just nasty. All right, what we got going on here? Oh, Dorion look cute with his like a little goatee. All right, what's going on here? Micro water, coconut oil, salicylic acid. Yeah, see, I wouldn't use this. The phenylethanol and the ethylglycerin are known triggers for people with sensitive skin and eczema. So I don't use products that have those in them. So the tea tree scrub, for instance, I wouldn't use. They have, what else is in here? Sodium benzoate, citric acid. I think EDTA is a red flag, and the CI 779. Yeah, so some of this stuff is bad, but the thing that stuck out to me, what I have in my list in front of me, is the phenylethanol and the ethylglycerin. I would not use this due to those being triggers for people with eczema and just sensitive skin. I don't like that. Let's go with the oil cream moisturizer. What's in here? $20. How much you getting here? 2 ounces. You see, when you're small, he needs to find a way to get his costs down, to get his margins up. I'm not paying you $20 for 2. Let me see what's in here first. Let me, for our judge. Let me see. Niacinamide is good. Hyaluronic acid is good. I don't know what this exo shit is. They're not listing the ingredients of this oil-free butter. Let's see what's in here. Here we go. I don't know what this cycloclatocatsamycin is. Propylene glycol. Polysorber 20. No, I don't want that. I don't like those. What else is in here? Halatonin is fine. Features, that's witch hazel. Dynamo, radish root, panthol. Yeah, phenylethanol, xylitol, but them sugar alcohols. Yeah, ethically. Yeah. So I don't know. So far, I'm not really. I don't. The 2 products I looked at, I wouldn't use this product line with what's in here. But just because we need to see more black businesses, I'm a stand by it. But I think that he needs to tone down the blackness and just be the face of the company and let people see you're black. You don't got to announce it, you know? So, yeah, Dorion played you, Curtis. See, Todrick said it all was being as eloquent and kind as possible because when you live truthfully, when you tell the truth, when you know what you did and did not do, you don't got to get rah-rah. Brad left because he was over it, and that's typically, he probably like, I make too much. I have real clients, okay? I can see Brad leaving, and out of face and respect to try to salvage this friendship because he knew Brad is intelligent. He knew the game that Dorion was playing. Todrick just laid it out to your ass that he basically set your ass up, and you fell for it, and that's oh my God. When I dream, all I see is you and me, back when we were free. Doing gallivanting, taking crazy chances. No, baby, no one else will ever love you more than me. Remember love, your people say. That's my jam.
I'm not this body. I'm actually God in drag playing humanity, right?
God made this. No one created this. God made it. I just had to accept. The battle of not accepting yourself, of not being yourself, is absolutely frustrating. And I don't live in frustration. I'm too beautiful for that.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm thinking of something else. Oh, honey, yeah, yeah. You so sweet, honey. Sure got a long way to make a bitch drink coffee. Wait, and I'm allergic to caffeine. Oh, hey, you should be. Hold on. Lay back, baby. I got you, baby. Watch this, watch this. You like that, baby?
Well, I'm raised well. People always trying to find the world I'm in. I'm the envy of the women and I rule the men. What good do your words do if they can't understand you? Check it out, check it out. What you want, go bring position, yes, we're living the single life, yeah. Hey, ooh, in the 90s kind of world, I'm glad I got my girl. Keep your head up, boy, keep your head up, that's right. Whenever this fight gets tough, you gotta fight with my homegirl standing to my left, am I right? True blue, it's tight like glue. And in the 90s kind of world, I'm glad I got my girl.
J. Edgar Hoover said, the biggest threat to America is Negro unity. And if we don't get that shit together, we're going to get fucked here and in Africa.
Hannibal Lecter brings up and he says to Clary, he goes, Clary, what do we covet? And she's like, what do we covet? What do we covet? And he goes, and he finally illuminates and goes, we covet what we see every day. And if your world isn't diverse, then that's not going to feel natural to you to include it. So I'm constantly encouraging people of all colors to have conversation, make friends with people that are different than you, because it allows for you to see the humanity in others. You know, it's not the mirrors that are across from you shouldn't just look exactly like you. That's where real growth happens.
Is you live, whore? You got to cut your phone down when you call so I can hear you. Is you live? Hey!
Your account is closed for insufficient funds.
I love y'all. Hey, girls, I see I got one on the line, so y'all already know the Gag Nation ain't having it, bitch. You blocked, you gone, goodbye. Thank you for calling.
They say that happiness is wanting what you already have. But a little bit more didn't hurt nobody.
You think a nigga can rest, can even
These thighs, bitch, oohs and ahs, 5'7", thick in the thighs. Every thug dream wife, see the love in their eyes.
please just let me talk to you for a second, baby. Please.
And now you want me back.
Let's do the to an old school dance. At your relay. Let me tell you. This smile, bitch.
Version of everybody, what I'm supposed to do, supposed to think, supposed to say, supposed to write, how I'm supposed to eat, it's their version. I think that's unfortunate.
But if you're gonna be done, be done.
The family and privacy and just, your girl does this and the guy visits and you have to sit on the porch and important. But she's from that era. She was a rebel from that era. She didn't really believe in those kind of things. She thought people do what they want. There's no such thing as gay. There's just humans who feel the way they want to feel. These are labels, and she's teaching me all these things at a very young age. It's hard not to see the world as flawed sometimes, their thinking.
When you were in the 50s, basically.
Yeah, and I was an improvement on her design. And my daughter is an improvement on mine. But once you kind of realize, because I don't have no rules, because there's certain people that call and want shit that I be like, I ain't never.
Right.
But instead of having rules, I just go by the moment. If I feel I will. If I don't, I don't feel too comfortable with that. We've been hurting. We've been treated unfair. Look at us, is what it's about. And it's more important to sell ads than to look at us. It's more important to pass bills than to look at us. Look at us. We're here. We're human beings, real beings. Blamed for anybody's behavior. It's where we are. It's who they are. And with all the drugs and stuff, that's only a reflection of where we are. We're in a state of mental illness. Period. That's where we are. The whole world needs some kind of coping mechanism. The whole world needs some kind of relief. Some kind of, numbing thing. Because we sick. We sad. Everybody in here is fucking depressed. In this room. Everybody. And what we're trying to do is cope in some kind of way, whether it's with mate, or with some kind of drug or alcohol, health, food, or whatever it is you're using. We're trying to cope with it because energy is just kind of low.
Her life got better when she just learned she was okay telling people, no, I'm not. But no, you don't have to have a reason, you didn't feel it.
No, I don't feel comfortable about it right now. I think people respect you as a result. If that's what you're looking for.
Right.
You're looking for the respect from your peers and family members. Or you're someone who complains that they don't respect me, but they respect my money. Because your money is bigger than you.
The people who come, if you're one of those people who can't go somewhere because someone else might be there, then don't come to my event.
If you're gay, you're gay. Ain't no talk, ain't no bother, reverse, bitch.
to live motherfucking ass shit on these websites because you don't know if you living with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Motherfuckers gonna kill you.
Taste the shit, put me on a basin, throw your face in it, fuck up.
Watch this. Oh, I want somebody to walk behind me and kiss me on my neck. On my neck. One, two.
They've been requesting me. Why we ain't there? Next case. Every now and then.
You have just been brought up.
Fucking this friend. I got a wife at home and love my children.
Kaya, you have just been brought up on the docket.
That's a country song. I like a little dick every now and then.
Listen, I'm bringing you on the docket because one, you are.
I love my wife, I love my children, but my best friend, me and him is screwing. I love a little dick every now and then. Country.
You on the docket, Kaya.
Wait, that was so good. Y'all know I lied. Didn't it sound like all the rest of the songs? It sound like this. I say, bitch, stop whispering. I say all that goddamn whispering, humming and see my kitty, it's in you. I say, bitch, I'm tired of it. But you here, cause I am asleep.
Girl,